Hello farmers, and welcome back to Chambergo, the last field I need to plant for this year. It is the oats. And yeah, I got started a little bit ahead before I started recording, but I want to get most of it done. Did not want to really get into a time lapse on planting this. But yeah, about halfway on through. So in last episode, we got the wheat fields and a barley field planted. So we have 3 fields planted in total, and that just leaves our oat field. But today is going to be a big day for our episode because not in March, but when we get to April, we should be selling our fabric, which will allow us to buy our 4th tractor. And I am eyeing up the JCB 8000, which comes in the Highland expansion pack. I think, if I remember correctly, I just looked at it about 15 minutes ago. It's like $226,000 for a 305 horsepower engine. And that is something we can upgrade in the future if I need a little bit something a little bit more kick when we get going on here in Chambergo in the distant future. But that's going to help us out quite a bit also in today's episode because we need to be cutting the grass in the month of April. And as we know, mowing is not the problem. It's the tractor that falls behind with the baler. We just don't have the oomph to run the baler and get up the steep hills. But with the JCB, should not be a problem. So yeah, we do have 163,000 in the bank account, and I did say it's like 226 for the JCB 8000. But yeah, the fabric, I think we got about $80,000 worth of fabric to sell, and that is for before our environmental score bonus kicks in. So we should be fine on that front. Again, I don't have a loan to pay back, so going through the night, just going to have our usual property fees and production fees that we have. Shouldn't be too much, maybe like $1,000 worth, that much at most, probably somewhere in that vicinity, I would say. But yeah, gonna be kind of excited to actually mow the grass, and I actually have to wait for the baler to catch on up and get the bales all wrapped, or sorry, baled up, and then of course we'll wrap them later on. And then I'm going to start looking at saving up the money for buying this particular drill because, yeah, it's nice that to load it just to once a month or once a year in this particular month to plant our cereal crop. But I'd like to diversify a little bit and start planting some canola, but that would mean I got to plant in August or September. And I don't want to be leasing the drill twice a year because that would start to be a little bit more expensive. So I don't know, maybe we'll get lucky with the sale items as well. I know I said I'll probably buy the JCB, but who knows, maybe another tractor will come up for sale that will change my mind. Boy, if this drill comes up for sale, yeah, that might be even tougher to buy the tractor, so maybe I shouldn't say we definitely will be buying the tractor. Oh boy, will I take out another loan if that happens, if this comes up for sale and I can't buy the tractor? Maybe. I will have to see. I don't want to get Uncle Walter too upset by taking out another loan, but he shouldn't get too upset because as he sees, we're starting to pay it off a little bit faster and faster. So last year this field was a sorghum field, that's why we got the stalks still in the field, but with a direct drill, no problemo, just go right over them and stalks be gone, and yep, then we'll have some oats. Also in April though, not only will be cutting the grass, but we'll have weeds as well in all the fields. So that'll need to be taken care of. But that can be done with a worker while we're cutting the grass. We'll get one of the Franks to do that. We might do a field or two ourselves. I will say, if you've been watching the live streams on Kingley, the self-propelled sprayer that comes with a Highland expansion, that is a nice sprayer. It's either 36 or 38 meter wide working width, and the working speed's like 15 or 16 miles an hour, which is pretty darn quick. And it's not that expensive for a self-propelled sprayer, so might be getting one of those for the farm in the distant future. But I also would like to expand with more land as well. But yeah, definitely getting the tractor, the 4th tractor, is a priority. And then it's going to be either more land or this drill will be our next purchase. I guess, like I said, never know what's going to come up for sale on the sale page. It's too bad that, you know what they should come up with is every once in a while land comes up for sale. It shouldn't be like once a month you see land for sale. It should be like once a year type of thing. Maybe just like a 5 or 10% off on something. Not too extreme, but it would be kind of a nice little feature, I think. But I would like to see... I think there is a mod, or was a mod in 22, or maybe it was in 25 I saw it, where there's dynamic field pricing depending on the condition of the field. So obviously if the field just been harvested, it's going to be a lot cheaper to buy that field rather than a crop that's planted, you know, fully fertilized, pH value is good, and ready for harvest. It'd be worth a lot more than just the base value. Because right now in the base game, is just like, this is what the land price is. Doesn't matter the condition of the field or whatnot, that's the price. And also, when you go back to sell it, you get the same price that you paid for it. So, yeah, I would kind of like to see more dynamic pricing when it comes to land value. All right, a couple more passes. Looks like I'm getting done just before the rain. I don't know what time the rain is supposed to get here. I noticed that just a few minutes ago as I just as I started hitting record. I was like, oh, there's rain in the forecast. But we are planting, so that would not matter too much. But I don't think in real life you want to be out in the field with a direct drill planter because that would make things kind of messy. Alrighty, and ta-da, we're done. Just as I'm done, we hit 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and there is the rain. Well, if that is a sign of things to come in this episode, it's going to be a good episode. Got done just as the rain got here. Let's go unload our seed and fertilizer, and we will go ahead and return this drill. I wonder if I went over the hour. I'm not sure if I did or didn't. I want to say I didn't. Let's see here. Okay, I've been putting it around the corner over here because that's kind of out of the way. So over in this general area. Although it just makes a little bit of a mess, and when I come back to load up later on, yeah, it can get a little bit messy. Did I go over the hour on that? Let's see here. Oh, I did. 1.3 hours. So that must have been last time I was drilling the field. But that's part of it. So yeah, obviously we've been doing wheat, barley, and oats. I would like to do canola. The other crops, not so much. I mean, grass, I might need it for grass at some point if I swap out my grass fields, as I talked about before. But, yeah, just have to wait and see. As for the sale page, to show you what's in there currently right now from the Plains and Prairie Pack, is a solid fertilizer spreader, which do not need. Yeah, kind of blocked myself in, but we can get out of here. Just drive through this little shit over here. I said drive through, not, well, I'm trying to drive through it, the post. Go around the post, but yeah, through the shed itself. Alright, we'll park up the Valtra up in here. As far as I know, I don't have anything else to do in the month of March. I checked on the sheep. They got good food up there, and I have already brought the stuff down at the end of last episode on over to the production buildings. Just trying to see if I got any sheep that are worth 1,000 to sell, and no, we do not, so we are good on that front. Yeah, you can see their food is good. The bakery is still plugging away. We got tons of flour. The dairy, we just brought the milk down, so we got some goat cheese being made. Grain mill is completely done, right? Yes, everything's turned off. So that's good. It still has 5,000 liters of flour in storage. You can't put it to the bakery because the bakery's full. And the spinnery, yes, we should hopefully get a couple more. At least another pallet would be good. So, yeah, we are done with March. Let's go ahead and I think I'll fast forward it to the evening hours. I don't want to take a chance on the sale page by skipping a full, it'd be like, what, almost 20 hours? So I don't want to do that. Okay, we fast forward a little bit too fast there. And now we got some hail. That kind of sucks. Sale page. Alright, nothing has changed in the sale page. This hail is too depressing. Let's just go to bed and get up in April. And we'll see what happens. So, of course, the first thing we'll do is I'll probably get a worker start getting rid of some of the weeds. And then we will go sell the fabric. So property maintenance and production costs, yeah, right around $1,000. And we did earn about $300 from property income. And that is the solar panels on one of these roofs over here. Yes, that roof right over there is what we have. Sale page, what do we got here? Well, there are some goodies in there, but nothing that we are looking for whatsoever. As for fabric, how is that price doing? $49.70, and the price is going up. I got $89,000. Oh, sorry, 85, or close to 86. I would have 89 if I sold at the best price, but that's not currently what's going on there, is it? No, it is not. Bread price is not the greatest. Goat cheese. I guess if I need a little bit extra cash, I could sell that today, but hopefully we will not. How much hail damage have we received? If I go to here, because it did hail, but I'm not seeing any damage in my fields, which is a good thing. I mean, the crop hasn't grown yet, but can it damage seeds? I thought it could. Unless they changed that. I have no idea. Yeah, it doesn't look like I even got any damage in my grass fields, which seems kind of odd. I may have got a little damage right here, but that's it. Well, that's a good thing. Let's go down and we'll get our small tractor. The same Virtuous. And we'll get that on the sprayer. Now, I do have some problems every now and then with this sprayer. When you use coarse play, it folds up rather weirdly, and then it kind of has a problem. But hopefully we don't have the problem today. Let me go put you in the sorghum field. It was a sorghum field. Let's go put you in the oat field, and then we'll do that one first. That's a big field, and maybe we'll do some of these smaller fields later on. Looks like we got rain in the forecast, and then rain. So, forecast is looking rather wet for April, but that's the way it goes. All the way until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So, we may just skip some time here, which is fine because I can let that fabric price increase. And then we'll, get a little bit more for it, and then buy the tractor. Because I definitely want to use the tractor for when we do the grass cutting and the baling. Now let me go ahead and get ourselves no course. Well, we're going to get you a course. Just go on up through here. Shouldn't take you too long with that boom, honestly. Multiple tools, 1. Number of headlands. I'll do 2, and I'll do a overlap of 6%, I think. Just to be sure it gets the corners and everything. And that's going to take you, it's going to take you 15 minutes to do this field. Oh, and you fixed the tractor. How nice of you. Boy, I thought I changed that setting. Okay, that must have been on the other series I did that. Let's lower that to 25% on the repair status. Don't need to repair it that often there, people. I'm stingy with the money. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and fast forward time until we get rid of this rain. At times 500. Gotta be careful with the time scale when you got the mod to go faster than that, because it can goof things up every once in a while. So I don't want to be cutting grass in the rain. Alright, there, we'll slow down time. Now it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Sun's out. It'll take a second for the game to stop the rain. Let's double check the sale page. Alright, so nothing there. Alright, let's tab on over to you. And we are going to go grab our fabric and go sell that. And hopefully we should have about $250,000 in the bank account when we get there. Or when we get done. Might as well drive around like we always do, and of course, we're just going to the farmer's market with it. Don't know how many more pallets we're going to have, but I would say at least 9 more. All right, how about 7 more? Is that everything? All right, so we do got 674 liters inside, but that's not enough for a pallet. And I don't think that's enough wool to spawn another pallet anyway. So let's go to the farmer's market and make some good cash here. And hopefully by the time we get everything situated, the rain will actually have stopped. All the grass we are mowing today is going to be wrapped for silage bales, which means next month that should bring us in like 60 grand worth of silage. Last fall, we took one of the grass fields and did not wrap those bales on one of the fields and brought the grass bales up to the sheep and goats, so they are good for a while. Alrighty, let's watch that money go up. Hopefully we hit 250,000 in the bank account, maybe more. 257,016, but we sold the fabric for 85,392 and a bonus of 11,154. So yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of cash left over. So yeah, nothing in the sale page, unfortunately, but let's go to large tractors. And again, this JCB is part of the Highlands fishing expansion. So we're gonna click on that. So right now it's got a 306 horsepower engine in it, but we can boost it up to 348. Seems like a lot of money, 21,000 for an additional 40 horsepower. So yeah, we're going to keep it at 306. BKT tires, it knows what I want. Also Y tires, yes. Additional weights, no. The beacons look fine. And yeah, so $226,300 for this JCB. Yeah, usually I don't like having, usually I'm running 2 series, and usually I don't like having the same tractors on both series, but really for the price and what we're trying to do here, this tractor fits this farm perfectly for what we want to do. So we're left with 30,000 in the bank account. Well, let's go ahead and get everything set up, and we'll start getting ready to start cut some grass. Again, this is going to be on the baler only. And I'll probably use it. I may not use it to wrap the bales afterwards. We'll have to see. Because it's a big tractor just to wrap up some bales. Where do you think you're going, Mr. Black Car? Yeah, get back over in your lane. Thank you very much. Yeah, also with a top speed of 45 miles an hour, this is going to come in handy, I think, a couple times. Going back and forth from the sheep and goat pen down to the factories. And the Zader Crystal tractor may remain up there with a front loader on it so it can feed the sheep and goats with the grass bales and also loading up of the pallets. So it's going to be basically the JCB and the Valtra that we'll be using quite a bit. Really would like this rain to stop. It doesn't affect grass cutting, which does seem kind of weird. Wait, now we still got a missing bale somewhere, and I have not yet to find it. And I think it's from the grass field right up here, and I don't know where it went. Alright, let's bring up the HUD because I want to reset the bale counter, and that is Alt-X for doing that. Just so we can see how many bales we get. Should be 13 or 14. I think our grass fields are kept in pretty good condition this year, so I feel good about that. Let me just put this over here until we get the Valtra in place. And where's the Valtra? Alright, I'll meet you down at the grass field in just a second. just fast forward the time a little bit so the rain would actually completely stop on the map. I'm not sure, I can't remember now if harvesting when it's raining, does it really go by the forecast in the upper right hand corner, or does it do if it rain's falling on the map? I can't remember how it's done, but either way, I just don't want to be cutting the grass in the rain. Let's go ahead and unfold our mower, and let's get rid of that road sign that we do 3 times a year. There we go, road sign be gone. Lower down the mowers, kick them on. All right, let's get another Frank working behind us. Ooh, that said pH value bad. Oh, I guess it's okay in some areas, but overall it's pretty bad for pH value. But still, I mean, it's not the worst. Could be worse. So yeah, this is gonna need some lime here. All right, let's get our new JCB going here. Let me sure we turn that on. Oh yeah, I gotta make sure I turn on automatic drop as well. There we go. All right, and now tell the worker where to follow. And looks like we got Francine gonna be taking care of it. All right, let's see how this goes about here with the JCB. I think they're going to have no problem keeping up. If they do, then man, this hill's steeper than it should be. Yeah, looks like they're doing pretty darn good. Do keep your eyes peeled on the side of my grass field as we go along here. Again, I still have not found the bale. I've looked in all the obvious places and have not found it. That could be a $5,000 bale if it was silage, I think. So usually when I got up to the top of the hill and turn here, I would look and our other tractors would be just halfway up the hill, but the JCB is right there, so we are good to go. This is not going to take me as long as it has in the past. See, I have been thinking about selling this field and buying another one and putting grass in that just to get away from this hilly field. I think that field to our left is a good possibility, but I think it's actually field number 24 I want to go after. I think that's probably a good one. It would be a little bit bigger, so what we could do is, if I were to make that like the big grass field, I would get rid of the other grass field and plant a crop in that one. We don't need 2 grass fields at that point, although grass has been helping us out quite a bit here in Chambergo, bringing in that much money as it does. I mean, this has been a good field. The only problem is, as we know, that the hill and the bales roll everywhere. Would be better if I had a square baler, but that is something that I would like to have, but something that we desperately do not need on the farm. Now we're looking for getting more land or getting ourselves finally a drill, which I did have a drill for a little while, but then I sold it because it just, wasn't big enough for what we were doing here on the farm. How we doing back there, Francine? Yeah, she's having no problem keeping up whatsoever. So yeah, this is looking good. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get this grass field and the other grass field cut, and then we'll wrap them up, and then we'll go. I hope our worker's done spraying the weeds in the other field by then, and we can get at least a field done pretty darn soon, because it is already now 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because half of the month was just a waterlog of rain coming on down.
I know that I haven't been who I was. I am supposed to be the one you can trust. I feel so useless 'cause I let you down. I hope there's some way I can make it alright, 'cause I know that you deserve much more than this. If you give me one more chance, I swear I'll try my best to always be there. And I want to know that I'm lost without you. I'm not without you. I hope I can show what you mean to me, 'cause I don't know what to do if you go. Ooh, I just don't know what to do if you go. I've been so selfish and made you believe that you're not good enough, but you're all I need. I take you places that you've never been. I would give you the world if you let me try again. Yeah, just give me one more chance. I swear I'll try my best to always be there. And I want you to know that I'm lost without you. I'm not.
Just as expected, this is working out fabulous. Don't have to wait for the JCB and the baler to catch up at all. And before, if I got too far ahead with a follow me mod, yeah, if you get too far ahead, the follow me mod cannot detect you anymore, and the worker would just quit. So I didn't have to slow down at all today. Although I did a couple times just double check to make sure the JCB was behind me, because old habits die hard, just to make sure that, you know, is the baler still behind us? The question is going to be, did we get our 14 bales? Now, it's going to say 13 when I get into the tractor, and it will say 14 once we deposit the bale that's currently inside. Actually, let me go ahead and do this way. Raise that on up. And fold. Yeah, this grass field could use some lime as well. How are we doing here? Yep, we're at 13 bales, and we're almost halfway. Well, not quite halfway to the 14th one. So we got about the usual amount, even though the lime was not looking the greatest. Let me go ahead and dispose of Francine. I'm pretty sure she enjoyed getting to travel around in the new JCB and not struggle going up hills. We'll grab this little bit here. And why not? We'll grab this little bit up here as well. Yes, our worker also spraying for the weeds is done. They were done a little while ago. Turn off the baler. Don't unload on a hill with a round baler. It's not a good idea, because the bale sometimes just drops right back in. So, okay, we got 14 bales to wrap. But we're going to go take care of some weeds first before we get to the wrapping. And I think I will use the JCB because if you're not watching the Highland series, the Kingley Highland series, you really haven't had a chance to really probably see the tractor, even though I've used it quite a bit over there. So we will go ahead and wrap the bales with this beauty. Okay, leave that there. Let's go put the mowers away. Yeah, so I am thinking, though, which I tend to do when you're working in a field for a few minutes, the next steps, the next steps. I think I would lean towards buying field number, I think it's 24, before I get the drill, just because it would allow us, of course, more fields mean more crops, which means more money. And that would be ideal for us, of course. But the one thing after getting that many fields, and we're getting bigger fields, that will lead us to, at some point, getting ourselves a semi and a trailer for toting that much grain around. We'll turn that off and turn that off. I think it's field number 24 I was eyeing up. Yeah, this one, this one right here. 114% yield. It does cost $350,000. This is our grass field. Was it this one I was eyeing up? No, not that one. Maybe this one. Yeah, 317 with 102% yield into it. But 204 would be good. That way we're kind of buying all of the farmland around the farm itself. So that's the one I'd be kind of eyeing up. right, let's get into you. Looks like all the weeds are gone. And yes, looks like our sprayer, for some reason, I don't understand what it is with this herbicide sprayer with coarse plate when it folds it up. It just does some weird stuff. Now I'm trying to unfold it. And yeah, that's not what you want. Okay, but when it unfolds, if I just let it go and unfold, it does it the right way? I think it's facing the right way. Anyways, I will fold it up because I got to get into the field. If I fold it up, it should fold up correctly. I don't know why that is. First off, you did get rid of all the weeds in that field, I hope. You did do your job correctly. It looks like you did. Wonderful. And we're actually going to skip on down to the smaller of these 3 fields. I mean, overall, this is a big working with on this sprayer here. It would take me some time to do the bigger fields, and I'll probably get a worker to do those too. But we can do a smaller field together. So yeah, year number 7. Things in the past 6 months here in the farm, things have really improved by getting the axial flow 1050. I forgot the number of that combine. But we got ourselves a new combine, which gave us, once we started using that worked like a charm. And of course, now we got a JCB tractor to help us out with the baling. And, you know, you may not notice it too much in the time lapse, but man, that did cut off about 5 minutes of time overall mowing those 2 grass fields. So basically, before what I was doing, I guess I was waiting around for about 5 minutes, waiting for whatever tractor I had behind us with the baler. But I mean, yeah, we got to be able to buy the JCB, and we still have $30,000 in the bank account. And as we do know, when wintertime comes, which is a ways off, maybe not in episode-wise, but in real life it would be a ways off, we'll have that much bread to sell. I think we sold $110,000 worth of bread last winter. And it should be the same, even though we got loads of flour. The bakery is only going to run as fast as it can. Now, I was actually thinking about this just a few minutes ago while cutting the grass. A mod actually came out today. Now, there's a couple ways we could do this, but I think the mod that came out today that allows us to increase production in a production building, that might be the one I could use here. I got another mod that will increase productivity from 100 to 300%, but that doesn't charge you for it. I think the mod that came out today, if it's like the one that it was in FS22, you have to pay for the upgrade. I'm not too sure. I didn't get a chance to look at the mods too much today. If you know about the mod I'm talking about, I am recording this, today is the 11th of November. The mod came out today, so if you know about it and looked into it and are using it, leave a comment below as, do you have to pay for the upgrade for the production to double the output? Of course, you may be saying, why not use the other mod that you can up it to 300% for free? Well, in this series here, like I said, I'm trying to take it slow. Too slow for some people, but I'm trying to take it slow. And yeah, I feel like if you are going to be upping the production of a production building, it should be something that you pay for. Just my opinion. But that's how I feel like I'm running this series. There's going to be other series where I will use the other mod, and have used the other mod, to increase production up to 300%, like on New Hope for cement production. For a minute there, I was starting to think I should check to see what contracts are out there, but I almost forgot in this series here, no contracts. No contracts in this series here. No greenhouses. And try to reduce the amount of productions and husbandries that we run. So now we just got to save up quite a bit amount of money, $350,000. It's going to be a couple years before I can afford that, I think. I mean, I could take out a loan and buy it this fall. And it wouldn't take us, like I said, it wouldn't take me too long to pay it back. Now I'm starting to think about, that's the wrong button. What, have they planted anything in that field? Well, it needs to be plowed, so that's not great. Yep, there's a crop in it, and they put in soybeans. I mean, soybeans is not a bad crop. But that field's going to be in bad condition. Needs to be plowed. Fertilizing is not going to matter because it's soybeans. And I don't think it showed any weeds in the field, which is not a big deal because I'm sure they just planted the soybeans this month. Tram lines I'm not a happy fan about, but I think most NPC fields are going to have tram lines in them. At least I've seen so on this map. But it is something I've got to think about rather quick because since we're not doing contracts here and that kind of stuff, the months do tend to go by rather quickly when you don't have any of your own field work to do. So when May rolls around, I will have to fertilize our grass fields. I'm also going to put lime down in them. But we got a couple more jobs here to do in April. One's going to be to get the rest of these fields sprayed and get rid of the weeds. And the other thing I need to do is, and we're going to go do that right now, is we'll turn that off. Let's get back into the JCB. And let's go wrap, hopefully 14 bales. Is there a counter on this? No, there isn't. Well, it's usually 7 and 7 when it comes down to it. Gotta wait for that wrapper to unfold. So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, I see 7 bales in this field. Yeah, it's usually 7 and 7. That's why I think the bale I lost, I think it was last season at some point. Maybe it was like midsummer. Was it early spring or the midsummer cut? Whichever one it was. Yeah, this field, I was short a bale in this field. So I don't know where it went. Now the one thing I just thought of, and I don't, it's a slight possibility, but it's going to be kind of rare. It could, maybe the bale rolled into the road and a car pushed it further than than the area I looked. A car could have ran into it and pushed it. I don't know if the bale would go flying or not, but that is also a possibility. So maybe I need to look around up and down the road a little bit more because I have not found it anywhere around the fields. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is bale number 6. And bale number 7. So yeah, these are not going to be ready until late May. We're talking about 4 o'clock in the afternoon before these bales are going to be ready. Let's not take out down any more road signs if I could help it. I should fold up the wrapper while I'm going here. So that was the lower road. This lets me get on the higher road. Take the high road, as some people would say. There was a bale here I had upright because I barely nudged it with the mower and it started to roll away. So this is bale number 8. 9. That'll be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All bales accounted for today. So that's good. And again, we usually get just shy of $60,000 worth of silage when we go sell 14 bales, or 13 and a half. As you saw, we were about half full on the last bale that spit out. But still, $60,000 worth of bales, that's going to be pretty darn good. And that is counting our environmental score bonus. But yes, the JCB has done us wonders today. And again, that's also going to help us out when, like, I'm planting in the spring. If I need to spread some lime on a field in the springtime while the Valtra is busy doing that, the JCB can take over the lime spreading type of jobs. But yeah, there we go. 14 bales. Let's see, let's recount there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 in this field as well. So yeah, there we have it. And it looks very, very good. Again, we can upgrade this engine in the future if we need to. But again, it'll just gain about 40 horsepower for about 20,000. Seems rather expensive. Not sure exactly in the future how much bigger the farm's going to get. Meaning, implement-wise. But I think this is going to do us just fine. Like I said, the Valtra is going to be the workhorse. And this is going to be like the very close workhorse next to it. The fast track. Bees! Luckily, I'm not allergic to bees. But anyways, that's what we're going to wrap it up for today. If you made it this far through the video, you know where the thumbs up button is. Helps me out quite a bit. If you want to smack that, I would welcome it greatly. Thumbs down buttons there as well. And of course, if you're new here and like this kind of content, you might want to think about hitting that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss out more fun like this. But that's going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Chambergo. But until then, have a good one.